Hey, um, yeah, my, well, this is pretty much a continuation of my business slash company review of YouTube 2018. What happened though is, yes, my original video, was actually really long. And it got so long to the part when I tried to upload it, well, after the editing and the rendering and everything, I tried to upload it to YouTube. It, I have really good internet and the internet very powerful and strong. However, it was going to take a long time for the whole video to fully upload, so that's why when I canceled the upload and decided to break it up into parts, just to get the process all quick and dandy. Problem is, all my other parts were saved into my computer, so that way I can, make a few adjustments here and there, because since I'm splitting up the parts and stuff, and yeah, for some reason, it don't work. I mean, that's the only thing I can pretty much say. It's like all of a sudden I don't know what happened, or if well, I know I didn't do anything wrong, but it just all of a sudden it would become inoperable. It wouldn't play correctly, and it even blanked out my card where I had it saved. Normally that's what I do is I'll have it recorded, saved on the chip, and once if something were to happen on the main thing when I have it, also that way I set it up, I could just delete the whole thing and just put in the chip and re-up. It blanked my chip. So, yeah, I'm redoing the whole thing. However, good news is, because of the massive amount of work I was putting into it, I actually memorized what I was saying, and plus it gave me an opportunity to condense everything a lot better, and also a lot of things came up that I wasn't aware of at the time until now. So if I had uploaded the whole thing, then yeah, thanks a lot, Matt Pack. You definitely gave me more things to talk about. Why YouTube, well, new added fun. So, as I was saying, continuing off of my last video, viewers, us as viewers, as subscribers, even content creators, just anybody in general that has any effect on YouTube in terms of entertainment or whatever reason you're watching YouTube, we all have the ability to become shareholders, stockholders, or any sort of person or group of people or company to have more of a financial say, or, pretty much like I said, shareholders or stock. You never know, because everybody's different, and our mindset on what we view as business success and business failures are always going to be different. That's why you got so many different entrepreneurs. And yeah, that's why I like doing business slash company review, because we all have an impact, and what we do will affect something. And you never know. Like I said, we could actually become like a shareholder for the company Google, or a stockholder for Alphabet, or have some more of an outside financial source for YouTube itself. We could be the next advertisement that YouTube seeks after. So that's one of the reasons why I was mentioning the fact that YouTube seemed to be, well, like I said in the last video, I'm not going to say forcing, even though that's pretty much recommending us to, remind our viewers, our subscribers, even people that already subscribe to you, they already don't have to. Like I said, I don't want to repeat myself in my last video, but you already know what I'm going to say about the whole, subscribing and ringing the bell. Again, in my opinion, I feel like that's an insult to everybody. It's like, this is YouTube. You've been around for a long time. It's not anything new. It's not something that, oh, you just became a overnight hit, wonder. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I was getting at. And treating us like that, or, well, I'm not saying you outright doing it, but having people to, talk to their subscribers like that, like as if, hey, I know you're on YouTube, you gotta do this. Now, another thing, in the year 2018, as I was stating, February is my birthday month. When they hit everybody with the, the requirements of, hey, if you do not meet these requirements, you're going to lose your AdSense. What is that saying to the new to new creators, or the new people that's trying to start out a channel that all of a sudden want to make money? That's pretty much saying you're not worth our time. Bottom line. If you notice, even out throughout the whole year 2018, they've been having meetings. All the YouTubers they invited to these meetings are YouTubers that they, in a way, I don't know if it's intentionally or accidentally, messed up their finances, when they're showing their videos up on this website. But they invited all the ones that have large amounts of subscribers, that make a lot of views, that pretty much have more of an impact blow to YouTube, so to speak, with the exception of PewDiePie. We all know what happened in PewDiePie in 2018 when he had a battle, the good old Wall Street. And I'll get into that hopefully in this video. But it's like they invited them as if, hey, we want to hear your voices, but they don't want to hear ours since they cut us off. And that's where it's like, I feel like, if you're going to do that, fine, but bring a lot of different diversity. Bring like new people that you see potential in, or whatever. And that's another thing, which is another thing that I found very insulting. Now, throughout the month, what YouTube like to do, they like to give like a creator spotlight, or they'll send something in the email for us creators to be like, oh, okay, here's your mail notification of the channel or of the website. Here, some motivational speeches from our president, and here's some feedback about this and everything else, which I understand is probably from the meeting. But they will also have YouTube classes. Now, hey, if you want to take them, that's all cool, that's good, that's wonderful. Me, I find that that's more like their way of saying, do it our way. We want you to be trending. Because that seems to be the biggest thing now. It's all about analytics and trends. Which is fine, but that's not letting the person be original. Look at 2018. You see more, oh, look what happened if I Google myself video. Or, doing, it's like the way I look at it, copy and paste video of the same thing, like as if, oh, that's gonna, obviously it'll boost up the views, but, and then of course, the dramas and everything, or the fake dramas, it's just all this stuff to be relevant, instead of just being, hey, I just want to create this content. Like, there's motovlog channel that pretty much shouldn't have been hit as hard as they did. And plus, video game channel. We got the #1 YouTuber is a video game channel, PewDiePie. And YouTube seems to be having a little falling out with him. So that should say something. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but look at the YouTube Rewind of 2018. Yeah. And PewDiePie actually did his own version of YouTube Rewind. And that looked way better than what we actually got. That's saying a lot. Very poorly. But, it's like, I'm not saying poorly on PewDiePie's part. I'm saying that's saying a lot. If your #1 most subscribed guy can do a way better job than what the actual company that he pretty much works for or provides for, gets his finances from, outdo them, sheesh, that says a lot. But like I said, I'm jumping too far ahead. Now here's the thing. Like I said in my last video, I wasn't really making that much in terms of AdSense revenue, for the simple fact that I started the AdSense revenue very late. And I'm not ashamed about it. I'm actually happy about it, because it gives me a chance to pretty much see how it works, so I can do this business/company review. However, what I mentioned about why I'm glad, it took me this long to finally redo this whole thing since everything crapped out is because MatPat, or the Game Theory, made a video about how YouTube pays their creators. And this is very shocking. You see, alright, copyright lawsuits and all that stuff, or infringement and everything. It's like I mentioned in my last video about fair use and stuff, and I'll get into more details about that. But the way they pay their creators, if you're partnered with a service group, and I use that term seriously, they are a service group. What I mean by service group, look at, like, say, you live in a house, apartment, whatever your residency is. You want to watch TV. You want to either have digital cable or HD, any type of television providing service, right? It's a service, meaning that you pay them for the service. They don't get your paycheck. You get your paycheck, and the money that you agree to pay per month, or however you have it set up, that's what you pay them. Same thing like getting a car. If you bought it from a dealership, or a motorcycle you bought it from a dealership, it depends on how some people end up striking out owning it. Everybody's different in their finances. I'm just using examples. You bought a car, or you bought a motorcycle, or any type of power automotive vehicle form of transportation. They are either owned by a bank. You pay a bank. Pretty much you pay off the loan, or the note. Yeah, let's call them notes, because that's what they are anyway. You're paying off the note so that way you can finally own it. Even if it was leased, you're paying it off. That's a service of you owning that in a way. If you don't want the vehicle, you don't have to pay it. They could come pick it up, or you can turn it in. If you get repo, that's bad on your record. So don't think of it like, oh, I don't have to pay. You have to pay. But anyway, using the television knowledge, some companies will combine cable with internet, phone line, whatever. That's a service. I wasn't aware that YouTube would send their creators checks to these service groups. Service group like Machinima. Service group like, the MC, well, you already know what I mean. I'm getting that. Obviously, all you gotta do is look at Game Theory and you will see the video that MatPat did. And it's further explained from there. YouTube. Really? That's people's money. Why would you send their check? I understand what those service providers do. They're the one that deal with the copyright. They're the one that deal with the laws and everything like that. But they're a service group. You shouldn't be sending other people's checks to them, even though, yeah, the creator is partnered with them. But the way I see it, I work at a job. I have a job. When I get my paycheck, I get my paycheck. What I do from there is I budget my money and pay off bills and stuff to take care of, means being responsible. So, a YouTube creator shouldn't be any different. Give them their paycheck. Let them be the one responsible with their partnership program or provider. Let them be like, oh, okay, well, I got paid. Here's your cut. Or here, what, oh, that's how it should have been done. You don't send it to the actual service provider. That makes you look bad. Yeah, MatPat talking about, about the partnership program and this and that and everything else. But the underlying thing is that he exposed YouTube send their paycheck to their partnership service provider. And then what they do from there, they get their cut, then send out the remainder funds to the creators. But the thing is, the creators never know exactly what they're cutting out of their paycheck, and they only get the remainder of what they got. You see how that doesn't make sense? If I'm working for you, the way I look at it is, yeah, I may be partnered with so-and-so, but I provide my creation to YouTube to keep the company afloat. I have AdSense running, I have all these sponsorships and everything, and guess what? That makes YouTube look good, and that gives more attraction to YouTube, so therefore YouTube creates the cash flow where they get the money or the check, and then they would send it to me. Let me be responsible and deal with my partners. It's like going to court. Your paycheck not going to go straight to the lawyer. Well, it depends on how your court case is handled. If it's handled where it's like your lawyer gets a certain percentage out of it, then yeah, they're going to be like dividends and stuff. But still, to me, when I found that out, and again, thanks to MatPack, I was shocked. That makes me wary about, if I ever do become successful, who I need to pay attention to in terms of who I want to put my trust in, but also make me look at YouTube differently as well. Like, what are you guys doing? That's common sense. That's my paycheck, right? That's my earnings, right? Send it to me. Let me deal with the service provider. So, finding that out, wow, that's I thought YouTube was taking a shit on itself, but this was just, wow. And there's a big lawsuit going on because of it? YouTube. I mean, it's obviously the lawsuit is against that service provider, but in a way, you had a hand in it by doing this irresponsible route of sending people their paycheck, which, I mean, you probably looked at it as, oh, well, it's been working for us all these years, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You need to practice that heavily on so many things, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. I think that's kind of ridiculous.